It's that familiar thudding sound, then the steering wheel goes and you realise you've got a puncture, so you just pop round to the boot. And it's not a problem because you've got a spare tyre in the boot. At least you think you have, but most people these days actually have this tyre repair kit. And the top 3 motoring organisations in the UK say this is confusing a lot of us. They've seen their call-outs almost double in the RAC because people are really unsure of what to do with this. Chris Millwood is an expert. What have we got here, Chris? What are we looking at?
Good morning. Yes, this is a very common sight for us, unfortunately, where the customer's had a puncture at the roadside and they've gone to the boot to expect a spare wheel and they've got a can of sealant. For whatever reason, they've used the sealant and it hasn't worked. And this frustration then turns to anger because they're expecting to find a spare wheel.
Not that it doesn't work necessarily, but they don't know how to use it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, sometimes it's not suitable. The punch is too large. Sometimes they haven't followed the instructions correctly. Bearing in mind they're expecting to find a spare wheel, so they're very frustrated at that time when we get there and they find out they haven't got a spare wheel. When I go out to change wheels, and you open the tailgate, you look in the boot carpet, and you look in and there's no spare wheel there. And I've had comments before where the customer actually thinks that the spare wheel's been stolen or the garage have kept it for some reason. Yeah.
Thanks very much, Chris. Well, let's speak to David Bisley. David, what can help motorists in this situation?
Well, we need dealers to be crystal clear with anyone buying a new car whether that vehicle comes with a spare wheel, and if not, whether it's possible for the customer to buy one as an optional extra.
Why have we seen this change that's kind of more towards tyre repair kits rather than tyres in the boot?
Well, manufacturers are required to make ever increasingly stringent emissions targets for their vehicles. By making the vehicle lighter, it improves the fuel economy and makes it easier for them to achieve their targets. Spare wheel weighs about 25 kilograms, so it's a quick win to remove that and get the benefits in terms of economy from that.
Thank you very much, David. Well, the industry body that represents the motor industry say there are other reasons as well. It gives you more space in the boot and also it makes the car a bit cheaper. But the top 10 vehicles sold in 2011, only one of them actually had a spare wheel. So check what's in your boot. Do you have a spare tyre?